There's a star moving. I drive, and Betty is still looking, and she says it is still following us. So I search for a place to pull off the road. God, I'm scared.
The North Concord Radar Facility stood as a key node in America's Cold War early warning defense system, operating as a part of a nationwide network of radar stations designed to detect and track incoming Soviet bombers long before they could reach U.S. airspace. Integrated into the broader NORAD and SAGE command and control system, the site continuously scanned the skies all over the northeastern United States, feeding real-life data to military command centers that would coordinate a response in the event of an air attack. At its peak, the remote base was home to roughly 100 military personnel and their families, forming a small, isolated community high in the Vermont wilderness. But beyond its strategic military purpose, the station's history carries a more mysterious reputation. Over the years, the surrounding region became associated with reports of unidentified flying objects and strange lights moving across the night sky, often observed near sensitive radar operations. Whether these sightings were misidentified aircraft, atmospheric phenomena, or something never officially explained, they added an enduring layer of intrigue to the site's Cold War legacy. Today, the abandoned mountaintop facility remains a striking reminder of a time when the threat of global conflict loomed overhead, and when the skies of North Concord were watched more closely than almost anywhere else in New England. Come along as we explore this breathtaking urbex destination. Alright y'all, here I am on Radar Road. We about to start heading up there in our Toyota Corolla. Hopefully that's the ideal choice. I'm not thinking it is, but this road's pretty rough. There's no paved roads. Let's get going. I thought the road couldn't get any worse. This is not a all-terrain vehicle. Let's get big trucks. Oh my God. As we finally make our way deeper into the former North Concord Radar Base, we've reached a point I've been looking forward to: the old barracks buildings. Before we get into the barracks, there's something you'll notice almost immediately while walking around this property today: spent bullet casings scattered throughout the area. It's important to point out that these casings shouldn't automatically be assumed to be from the Cold War era Air Force personnel who were stationed here. The base was closed down in 1963, and while firearms were certainly part of military life, I haven't found anything confirming that this particular site was used as a firing range. The casings we're seeing today are more likely connected to some activity that occurred here long after the Air Force abandoned the property. So while they're an interesting part of what we're seeing today during the exploration, they shouldn't be confused with original Cold War artifacts. Now, reaching these barracks is especially interesting because the area was essentially a small self-contained military community. At its peak, roughly 170 to 175 servicemen were living and working here. The Air Force had to provide them with considerably much more than just somewhere to sleep. The cantonment area included barracks, a mess hall, a store, a barber shop, a gym, and a theater, even a bowling alley. There was also a dedicated recreation building, giving personnel a place to unwind after spending hours at this isolated radar station. The bowling alley is probably one of the more surprising amenities for a remote Cold War radar station. Imagine finishing a long shift monitoring the radar and then heading down to bowl a few games with the other guys stationed on the mountain. The theater would have provided another way to escape the routine of military life, while the gym offered a place for physical exercise. There was also a store on the base for everyday necessities along with a barber shop, meaning personnel didn't necessarily have to leave the mountain just to take care of basic needs. And there was also another interesting connection to the outside world. A bus reportedly ran into St. Johnsbury at night, giving the servicemen an opportunity to get off the mountain and socialize in town. When you think about the location, all of this makes sense. North Concord was extremely isolated, especially by the standards of the 1950s and 60s. The men stationed here could be spending days and nights on a mountain surrounded by wilderness, performing an important Cold War mission. So the Air Force essentially created a small community around them. And that's what makes standing here today so fascinating. These aren't simply abandoned barracks in the woods. This was once a place where people slept, ate, worked, exercised, watched movies, bowled, got haircuts, bought supplies, and spent their free time. For a few years during the height of the Cold War, this remote corner of Vermont was home to an entire military family. And now, decades later, we're finally standing inside of what's left of it. Now I'm gonna try to see how much further we could go up with the car. That seems to be everything for this little stop here. Of course, there's gonna be a huge ass barrel blocking the road and a huge crevice, so this seems like this is where I'm gonna have to stop. Because I am not making it past there. That is insane. So yeah, I'm gonna park right here and we're gonna continue up on foot. Doesn't look too bad. But these bugs, good thing I just sprayed with that bug spray, because you catch a mouthful of them motherfuckers, what the hell? Now this place is beautiful, but a little bit too quiet. This is starting to get tough. I'm like, oh yeah, I made it closer, but in the mountains, every little distance is far. And this hill's getting steep. It's starting to zigzag. That's how you know you're going uphill. And the top of this is 3,800 feet. Oh, fuck that. Let me catch y'all at the top.
2,000 years later.
This is what it was all for. Some foundation here. Oh, almost fell in a hole. Definitely gonna go to the top of that. It is so windy up here. This has got to be it. Yep.
Hopefully that's not the ladder.
Nah, I would hope not. Holy shit. God damn. That's beautiful though. Insane. Oh my God. This is crazy. It's insane.
Not bad, I've done it before.
Oh my God. Nah, that's too crazy. God damn. That's crazy. Still food in there. People's definitely camping out here. Missing like every other step. Oh, hell no. This is insane. You better try it. You scared of heights, but you better try it. Beautiful sunset. Some sort of mess hall. Epstein's tunnels. No. Hell yeah, hitched a ride down. Can't be any more thankful. Thought I was up here alone, you feel me? It's insane, but this shit's better than walking. I thought I was walking back down this fucking hill. These dudes came in clutch. We done explored with them. I wasn't getting to the top of that shit without them. No bullshit. He done climbed that ladder. I got a little more courage watching them. I'm not gonna hold you. Yo, this is nerve-wracking, but I'm with it. Could I have sat inside the truck? Yes. Did I want to do this more? Probably. Oh, we at the river. We going down. Woo! There's my car. Holy shit. Yo! Alright guys, that's a wrap on our adventure here at the North Concord Radar Base. Thank you so much for coming along and exploring this incredible piece of history with me. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap that little notification bell. It really helps the channel and lets me keep bringing you along to places like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.